Hey guys, welcome back to another Acer Predator training room video. Today I want to talk to you about league resolutions. I'm not chatting about which champion is going to visit the gym for 3 weeks in January. Not those types of resolutions. I want to talk to you about your screen resolutions. Now in FPS games like Counter-Strike, you see people often use different types of resolutions, often seeing the stretched resolutions coming through as well. Whether that's because it makes the models look a bit bigger so you can shoot them easier, whether it's because it increases your field of view, or maybe it's just comfort. But in League of Legends, it's a little bit different. So in today's video, I want to explore this whole kind of topic of resolutions in League and show you some different types of resolutions, and maybe you can find one that's a good fit for you. So the first thing to say is that most professional players nowadays are using 24-inch monitors, and the native resolutions for those are 2560 by 1440. It's the one I'm using. I'm also using a 24-inch monitor. It's this one right here. The aspect ratio for this resolution is 16 by 9, which is the exact same as 1920 by 1080. It's probably a resolution that you might be more familiar with. But funnily enough, even though the professional players play on these bigger monitors, a lot of them don't actually use this as their resolution. A lot of pro players actually play in 1920 by 1080. And in case you're wondering what that looks like, this is it right here. A lot of players actually play in borderless 1920 by 1080 on a bigger monitor. What I'm showing you here, like what I'm recording, is what it looks like on my screen, where it obviously doesn't fill the entire screen because my monitor is bigger than this, but you just have this box in the middle of your screen. And the reason why professional players do this is because it shrinks down what you have to look at, and therefore it makes the information that you have to absorb kind of easier to take in. Think about it: if you're playing on a bigger screen with a higher resolution, your eyes have to travel a further distance to take notes of different things on the screen. Now that might sound a little bit strange to complain about that. Horrific first world problems. Honestly, in a game like League, where you've got to make split-second decisions and your decision making is extremely important, the quicker you can process information, the better. So that's why pros like to use this resolution here. But this is actually a good argument as well if you're ever buying a new monitor, as to thinking about what size monitor you actually need. Do you need a 24-inch, or can you go with something smaller like a 19 or a 21-inch, something that runs native at 1920 by 1080? My brother, for example, he actually got a 24-inch monitor for his setup as his main monitor, 2 monitors on the side that were 21-inch, and after a while he actually moved his main monitor to the side. The 24-inch went over this way, and he brought one of his 21 inches as his main monitor because he wanted to play in 1920 by 1080 like this, but he wanted to play it in full screen so he didn't just have this little box in the middle of its screen. Having said that, there is also, of course, still an argument for using the 2560 by 1440 resolution if it suits your monitor, because with this resolution it's bigger, so it can be easier for you to kind of see the little details on the screen. And whereas the argument between 2560, 1440 and 1920 by 1080 is the main argument around this whole kind of topic of screen resolutions in League of Legends, there is also the argument for using a 4:3 aspect ratio. So let's say, for example, you want to take 1600 by 1200. As you can see, my game is now much more in like a box shape than before. This obviously comes with its own set of pros and cons. The biggest pro, however, is that all of your information for the HUD is more compact in a smaller space, and that is especially important for this mini map over here. So again, for a similar reason as to why the 1920 by 1080, why people prefer that, it's the same thing here with the mini map and stuff. Like, you don't have to move your eyes very far at all to get info out of this bad boy down here. Of course, the downside to this resolution is you can actually see less stuff going on your screen. As I mentioned, in FPS games, when they're downscaling their resolution, they often play in stretch, which basically just means that it fills the entire screen. But when it comes to League, I actually wouldn't recommend doing that. If you do that, this is basically what League of Legends starts to look like. You know, I don't really think this is going to give you any kind of in-game advantage at all. While we've taken this wacky trip down the League of Legends resolution rabbit hole, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you so much for watching our video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Ace Predator Training Room channel for more of these kind of intermediate to advanced guides on all of your favorite games. Well, not all of them. If your favorite game is Yu-Gi-Oh! On the PlayStation 1, like me, I don't think we have that on this channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and we will see you in our next Ace Predator Training Room